it's me again, Candy, and I am doing another episode. All right, y'all, let's get into this. So, by the way, okay, so, thanks for the shares, the likes, thanks for the subscriptions. What we're not going to do is advertising for Tinder on comments. We're not doing that. We're not going to try to hook up with any of my friends. I know all my friends cute. We're not doing that. We're not advertising or trying to find our soulmate in my comments. That we're not going to do. Okay, so hey, this is Candy. And this episode is called My 2020. All right, y'all. Sigh. My 2020. It all started with the chicken sandwich. No, I'm just playing. Okay, so my 2020. Where do I begin? Give me some tissue. I'm just playing. So my 2020 has been very dramatic. I don't know what's going on, but it's just been full of all kind of happenings. Okay, mostly bad ones. So where do I begin? Where do I begin? Okay, so my grandmother passed at the beginning of the year. I was working, and I'm just gonna make this short because I don't want to make it too emotional. But while working at that time when the pandemic had started, with the quarantine for the 14 days, it was just a bunch of havoc going on, especially with work. So of course, I went to my supervisor. I told him about what was going on, and his reaction was not the reaction I really thought I was gonna get. I thought it was gonna be more like sympathy, empathy, and the motivation to just go ahead and do what I need to do to just take care of my business. In other words, I was a supervisor. I know how it is. A lot of my associates would come to me and say, look, I need to take bereavement, this and that. I would give them my condolences, show them empathy, and give them their time off, and everything will be back when they come back to work. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Well, I was thinking I was going to get that back in return. Didn't quite happen that way. It went totally opposite. All I remember and all I can really discuss of that is I wasn't even asked. I was told that I had to stay. Just try to deal with it the best way that I could. And my presence was needed at that time. So as far as giving the okay for me to mourn and go out of town and just see about my grandmother, trying to go to services, he wasn't having it. So okay, that was one thing that I had to deal with. So I was still going to work. I felt really bad. I felt really guilty. So okay, so I was going to work, doing my thing. And then it was just one thing that led to another. When I was there, I usually just kind of stayed to myself. And all I remember from that was being called into the office saying that I was being antisocial. And all I remember from that was, well, first of all, I just had a death in the family. You didn't give me so that was a conversation in all of itself. Moving forward. So that happened. So I ended up going to another store. And, that one was okay. It was a small store. They really didn't need me there. So I ended up going to another store where they really needed help there. The thing about this one was, this was I worked at a lot of stores, but this one was different because I actually enjoyed going to this place. I enjoyed everyone there. I had so much fun. I was learning so much. My store manager was cool. I thought we were like this. And I remember we had a meeting, and this was around the time when the Black Lives Matter, when George Floyd had got killed, and they were doing the protest downtown. And apparently he lives downtown. So we was at a meeting, and for some reason he brought up traffic, and it was loud, and he didn't agree with it, or what have you, And so me being me, I had said, well, sorry you're feeling the way that you're feeling, but it's all done for a good cause. If, I just, short and sweet, if my people were treated, with the same respect or what have you, then this, that, and forth. I said what I said, and it was over with. Go to work the next day. I knocked on the door. He, was kind of rambling a little bit, so I got my stuff together, left. Make a long story short, so like a couple hours into the day, I got called into the office and I was terminated. And I was like, wait, what? And the only thing I got from the conversation was he thought that I was just too loud. And he was like, every time I see you, you're like always yelling, and you're just laughing, always loud, and and I'm like, well, wait a minute, I'm in customer service. I thought you would want me to do that, right? Apparently not. He was just talking about how loud I was, and I always had a bunch of people around me. It was always a crowd, and I was always just laughing loud, and it seemed like no one was working. And I was like, okay, y'all, when I tell y'all, my heart was crushed. I like literally begged. When I said I begged, I begged. I was like, well, look, write me up, whatever you need to do. But like, is this about the comment that I made yesterday? Like, what's going on? And this is a person that I had trusted. This was a job where I enjoyed going to. Like, for the first time in a very long time, I was like excited about. I would get up in the morning. I would be so excited about going to this place, and just I'm high fiving people, and we doing our thing. We're working, but we having fun while we work. Anybody that knows me know I'm just a bottle of fun. That's what we were doing, and that happened. To wrap all that up, so yeah, I've been home. I enjoy being home sometimes, but after I lost my job, because I had been there for a little over 10 years, it really affected me, like, mentally. Like, that was my career. That was everything to me. I'm still like lost. When I say I got depressed, y'all, I was just so lost. Like, I would still wake up to go to work, and then I would have to say, you know what, they don't want you there. And I'm still getting like group texts from my people, and we miss you. We want you to come back, come see us, this and that. And I mean, it was a healing. When I tell y'all I got like depressed, I was like down. I felt lost. I felt like I had blamed myself. I had no direction. I was like, well, what am I gonna do now? For some reason, I just, in my mind, that was like all I had. Like, that was my livelihood. Like, I blame them. I blame me. I didn't know who to blame. But I guess it all worked out because um, it all worked out for me on my half. So I'm good. Do I still miss my job? I do. And I do know that, God has something better for me in store. I've been home, been doing a lot of soul searching. We're in the middle of a pandemic, really can't go anywhere, really can't do anything. Just, I've been with my kids. I, helped my daughter get into college, been helping my other daughter. I'm able to do more with my family when I was working. The upside to being home is I'm able to be with my kids and interact with my kids more. I'm able to participate in more activities like hands-on than I was before. Sometimes we wouldn't see each other for days, guys. Like, that really took a toll on me. Sometimes I wouldn't even see my kids for like 2 or 3 days. Like, we were just 2 ships passing the night. I would come home, they would be in bed or they'll be at work, and then when I'm at home, you know, they're not here. When I'm off, I'm so tired, I'm asleep all day, they're gone, you know. So I'm like, oh my gosh, there has to be some type of balance. So I've been here. I've been, you know, doing a lot of soul searching. I'm able to visit my family more. I'm with the kids a whole lot more, able to do a lot more things. Am I a homebody? Heck no. If anybody knows me, I'm outgoing. I like laughing, cracking jokes, and just being out, and this is just not the life for me. It's just not. I have been doing like a little at home job. My new boss is really nice. At first it was a little bump in the road because of what happened at my other job. I was having some trust issues with, you know, my new boss, but he seemed to prove himself pretty well. He's pretty trustworthy. And I thank him because in the beginning I was able to vent to him about what I was going through and how I felt, and he reassured me that he would like never treat me that way. Like, it should have never happened, and he just apologized like a trillion times that it ever happened. And he, you know, he just reassured me. He's like, you know, I'm a good worker. He just, like, it shouldn't have happened, and it will never happen again. I wouldn't ever have to worry about him like being like that with me. He wants his employees to voice their opinions. He wants us to come to him with issues or problems. If I need a day off, he's like, sure, you know, do you need tomorrow? You know, like, he's just really cool, you know. So, but he has his moments too, but overall he's pretty cool. What else happened? I had, one of my cousins had passed. I wasn't able to go and see about him, and then I got like back-to-back ear infections. It was just like one thing after another. Like, I just been stressed out, just trying to deal with a whole bunch of stuff. Me and my best friend, we got into it a couple weeks ago. We haven't been talking, so I lost my best friend. And just pretty much, you know, just doing me, just minding my business, staying low, laying low. I did get some good news in the mail today, so I don't want to discuss it, but it works in my favor. So I'm able now to focus on my YouTube and spend more time with my kids and things like that. So I'm happy about that. There has been some upsides to everything happening, but that was like the main thing that happened to me, and it was very devastating. I think that was like the lowest point. I was just very, very depressed and distressed about the whole thing. And since it happened, I made the decision not to get back into management. I just want to go to work and come home at this point. Like, I just don't want to. I'm just so discouraged. I'm afraid to like just have the passion and to put so much time and effort and my all into another company and then be kicked in the butt again. Like, I don't want to go through it again. I don't want to feel like that again. So it's to the point now, you know, I just go make my money. I just go home, you know. But I think that was everything that happened in my 2020. I think this year, as far as my depression and anxiety, I had more lows than my highs. I have my days. I have my days. So yeah, it's been like mentally draining. Mentally, it's been physically draining for me. It's been very difficult, but I'm coping. You know, I have my family, I have my husband. I've been, you know, seeing my doctor regularly. Just doing this, just talking about it, just talking about it, getting this out is making, I can feel like I'm feeling better just talking about it. I just want to say this, and I know this is off the record, but just me doing this, like coming out, sharing myself with you guys, it's really scary because people say, oh, I don't care about what they, I don't care. Well, we do care about, what people think of us. And I'm just really proud of myself. Like, I think about it that I have like come so far to where I can actually come out and talk to people about how I feel or what I went through, and I feel good about it. I feel confident, and I want others to feel the same way. I don't want anyone to judge me or think, anything about me. And if you do, well, hey, more power to you, but it is what it is. And, I don't want to feel, that anyone is, I want more people to share how they feel. I don't want to be alone in this. I know there are other people out there and they've had a rough 2020. We've lost family members. We've lost our jobs. We're stuck at home. We're afraid we're going to get the coronavirus. The numbers are going up. What is 2020 going to bring us? Is it going to be any better? I want to hear about how you feel in the comments. Subscribe to my channel, share it, like it, and drop your comments. Let me know and let others know how you feel. How has your 2020 been? Has it been good for you or has it been rough for you? And if it's been rough, like, give us a little, downplay of what's been going on. Maybe we can shoot you some encouraging words. That's what we're here for. Drop your 2020 in the comments, and we're still looking for a name for my YouTube channel. So that's something that we got going on. Hopefully by next week we'll have a name. I've been hearing some things, haven't seen anything in the comments yet. I've been getting a few direct messages on some things, but I would really like for you to leave a name for the YouTube channel in the comments. So, help us out with that before I open my thesaurus and come up with something like crazy. And then your friend is going to be like, oh my gosh, so you subscribe to a channel called that? So, no. But all seriousness, drop the name of whatever you come up with in the comments. Subscribe, like, share, and I'll catch you on my next episode.